Call the names. Wake the room. Wake the room. Wake the room! Lou, Rex, Pam Ray, Naomi, Afasiana, Babbler, Monarch Soul, Jojo, Gray Eyes, fill my eyes. Poets assemble. No masks, no manners. Say it plain, or say it broken. Monday night in the garden of enlightenment. Low light lit minds, every line got intent. Clock ticks crooked and the room turns vigilant. Quiet so loud you can hear what the tension meant. Then it slips after midnight, manners get murdered. Nice little masks get cracked by a word or a murmur. Twisted Tuesdays twist truth till it turns on its heel. Clean cut faces go strange when the dark gets real. You can feel that shit, that slick little slip when the grin stays sweet, but the eyes don't sit. Like the room grew ribs, like the walls grew ears, like the hush got hands and it's pulling you near, and the words don't rest, they press. Put a heel on the chest, leave a dent in the breath. Every line like a knock from the back of the brain. Like you came in one shape, you won't leave the same. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, Wednesday breaks, parts in the park, sink down the spine, half halo, half hazard, both hands in the light. Then the art of seduction walks soft through the smoke, silk on the tongue with the blade in the joke. Books and bards wakes dust in the depth of the shelves. Old ghosts lean out and start naming themselves in a craft and sullen up the ache. Gets a voice, pain stands up street and makes silence a choice. Then break on through when the devil gives way, when the masses sink but the pulse says pray. Echoes in the dark go hunt the fear, that thing when no name starts ringing in your ear. Say it, say it. Fill my eyes with poetry, don't water it down. Let it bite, let it bloom, let it burn through the crowd. Bad company grins like a bruise, dressed smart, and rhythm and rhyme puts a boot through the heart. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, some come shattered, some come slick. Some speak honey with a blade in it. Some sound velvet, some sound wire. Some walk in low and take the room higher. Some come holy, some come liars. That's the thing! This ain't filler for the dead space, no. This is pulse with the pen, this is blood with the nickel, this is breath to the backbone, ink for the crown. Live mics, live nerves, truth laid bare in the round. This is the beautiful mess, the bruise and the bloom, the line that cuts clean and makes a little room. Late souls, wide eyes, all nerve in the dark. A room full of hearts beating hard through the dark. Wake the room, wake the room. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. slips past polite. We tell the truth. L&P, we love you. Stay frosty.
Hello and welcome to the Art of Seduction. Warm, wonderful poetry compelling you to the edge of your seat. Sultry, seductive, and scintillating. Ink to make you shiver, to make you sigh. I am Pam Ray, and with me is my co-host, Gray Eyes Smith. Gray and I are poets on a website called All Poetry, with a group of poets called Late Night Poets. If you find that tonight is our sensual poetry night, and if you find that is not your cup of tea, please check out our other shows. We have 1 to 2 shows per night on a variety of styles of topics and poetry, something to suit everybody's taste. Also, make sure when you get a chance to put out the poetry or to check out the poetry anthologies put out by Late Night Poets on Amazon, because when you purchase those, you not only get amazing poetry, you help support these radio shows. And hello, Gray. How's it going?
Hi, Pam Ray. It's going good, thank you. Happy
Oh,
Seduction Wednesday.
good, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. And I see we have Andy Cha, Andy C in the room. So in the chat in what is this called again? Oh yeah, StreamYard. I still haven't gotten used to that name yet. So hello, Andy. It's good to see you. And I hear the wonderful Miss Louie Wilddove had a birthday today. So happy birthday to her.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday to
Louie.
you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so well, I really like the intro songs that we have now. Um, I think Quicken definitely did a fine job with those. And yeah, and let's see. How'd your weather treat you today, Gray?
A little overcast, a little cool, but that's okay. We don't mind it, We got a lot of heat coming up, so it's nice to have a cool day in
Oh,
between.
exactly. Gotta appreciate and enjoy these comfortable days while we still have them. I spent most of my day today
Exactly,
feeling,
yeah.
yes, yes. We're actually supposed to get up to, it's predicting up to 88 degrees on Friday. And I know for some areas that's not that hot, but for this area it is. So I'll be probably staying inside with my air conditioner on that day.
Easy.
Yeah, yeah, but for the most of the day, I felt just really tired and drained and didn't get a whole lot done. But then I decided to go for a nice long walk in the evening, and it was pretty nice, slightly overcast. It was 67 degrees, slightly overcast, a slight breeze, but it was comfortable. It was definitely a good time to go for a walk. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And let's see. So today we have sensual poetry. I did open the topic board up for open sensual poetry, um, but the main topic was sensual poetry inspired by the artwork of Raphael Kirchner. And Raphael Kirchner, I put it's funny. Usually I put a link in my contests to the artist and, some information about them, like some basic information. Let's see here. Okay, so opening this page up here and to get some information. Oh, I have so many tabs open. I think everything's just starting to run too slow. Okay, so Raphael Kirchner, born May 5th, 1875, died August 2nd, 1917, was an Austrian artist, principally a portrait painter and illustrator, best known for Art Nouveau and early pinup work. So a lot of what I put up was his Art Nouveau and his early pinup art. But anybody who hasn't checked out his artwork, I would highly recommend doing that. I did put up some of his, what I would consider sensual pieces, or at least romantic pieces. So it was interesting to see what people got from the artwork. And I think we have a great lineup of poetry. I know we only have 17 on the board. So, if feel free, Gray, to share something, when we go over to open sensual poetry. And yeah, so it's I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to delving into some hot poetry with some cool poets. So, all right, what do we got first, Gray?
So up first we have Rajawich with her love signals, and I'll give this a read. Her heart is sending those smoke signals that hopefully her mate's love will choose to inhale so that her love doesn't fail. Besides, her emotions has a beautiful story to tell in a pretty dress that's worn on her to impress and to dispose of any negative mess that doesn't have a love address. Besides, her love for her mate is so sweet to make their love affair complete whenever they both choose to meet and also greet on any day or night where his love and his romance always has an extended invite to make her emotions feel so right. So hopefully this guy isn't too late to experience this true love that her loving heart just loves to celebrate. Besides, she has these real romantic plans to just pour love all over her mate's frame to hopefully replace any of his ex-woman's disgusting pain so that their love mixed together can sing like those beautiful chirping birds in the spring. End poem. And his author's notes say, yes, this woman's heart is making those real love signals for her mate to inhale. End poem.
Great read there, Gray, and thank you for reading the author's notes. Sometimes that can give us up a little bit of extra information. This has captivating lines. It's got a straightforward style. It feels like that this isn't just a hookup in order to have physical pleasures, but rather the idea of love as like a healing element to when the heart has been broken. I will say there is a mixture of emotions like this in this. Like at first it feels really romantic. But then when it says, to hopefully replace any of his ex-woman's disgusting pain, it feels like there's almost this bitterness, which is understandable when you're dealing with being hurt or you're in love with someone who's been hurt. You can feel an anger, a bitterness towards the towards the person that hurt them. I like some of the imagery in this. And I like how it offers up the idea of a sweet and romantic love, especially besides her love for her mate is so sweet to make their love affair complete whenever they both choose to meet and also greet on any day or night, where his love and his romance always has extended invite to make her emotions feel so ripe. A wonderful lines by RLJ Zhao RJ, and yeah, very well done. And your thoughts, Gray?
Yeah, I thought it was great. To me, it reminds me of love blossoming like a flower in the springtime, just opening up and taking on the whole world. And that's kind of what I got out of the right anyway. Um, I thought it was fantastic, really. For English as a second language, this is well done for sure. Her heart is sending those smoke signals that hopefully her mate's love will choose to inhale so that her love doesn't fail. Um, we all have to put out our vibe into the universe and hope that somebody tunes into that energy and responds in kind. Um, but no, I thought it was beautiful. Good job.
Oh, absolutely. And you're so right. These people, these poets that can write in multiple languages. I mean, I just really admire them because I mean, I can like use like Google Translate and sometimes put in like some German or some Spanish into a poem, but to consistently write in a language that is not your first language, I think just really is just amazing and talented. And I know it's something I would not be able to do consistently. So. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And what do we have next, Gray? Are you on mute, Gray, or
If you wouldn't mind reading, please, Pat.
what was that?
Absolutely. Yeah, let me re-clarify that. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So now just a ghost of her dreams by Deborah. Now just a ghost of her dreams by Deborah Maskey. If you would mind, if you would mind
Oh,
reading,
I
please,
would
Pat.
be happy to. I would be happy to. Let me go ahead and get back to where I need to be. All right. Being widowed at a very young age, she lives in a dream world of her own. On this silvered hush of the fading day, she sits by the window and expecting him to come any time. She talks to him as she sees his ghost appear and leans where the shadows softly play. His touch under the breath on the skin. It is a memory of his soul returned for the secret fire that has always burned so passionately between them, now just a lover's soft whisper, a whisper in the wind that blows across her face, like a seal to her dreaming, dreaming of him for his departure was too soon, caught in the drift of the moment she sighs as he vanishes into thin air, clouds, and she chasing it with her eyes, lost in a gaze that can only see the beautiful ghost of what used to be, once her handsome, beloved husband. End poem. And your thoughts, Gray? I think your thoughts would sound nicer if you were off mute, Gray.
Really, especially when it's a love memory, when somebody that you loved and they passed on and left you behind. Uh, Oh my goodness, man. Oh man. All right, let me start over. Memories can haunt us for life, especially if they're memories of a loved one that's passed before us and left us behind. Um, there's such a need and a want to see and feel that person that the wind carries their breath, and you remember things that feel like yesterday, but they might have been years ago. And it's got to be haunting, really, to lose somebody.
Oh, that is so true. That is so true. Um, and Yeah, Graham, I'm having a little problem. I don't know if it's something in your like headphones or something, but you're just really quiet. So I don't know if you need to adjust something or if you need to go out and then come back. But maybe we could try to get that fixed. But great comment there, Gray. When I chose this image, I wasn't 100% sure if I should put it up because it very much does look like somebody who's like a woman who is kissing a man who is either a memory or a ghost. And it is a beautiful image and it's so romantic that I decided to put it up, realizing that, that anybody who wrote to this, which quite a few people did write to this, I will say, they were drawn to it. There would be a sense of sadness within the right. But, I think Deborah Maskey has done a wonderful job of finding that balance. She has the romanticism, she has the sense of love and longing that you get from the image. And I thought there was great lines throughout, but I especially like it is a memory of his soul returned for the secret fire that has always burned so passionately between them. Now just a lover's soft whisper, a whisper in the wind that blows across her face. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done. And welcome back, Gray.
Thank you, Pam. Do I sound any better?
You do, yes. Very good. I'm glad that helped. All right.
Okay, great.
And what do we got next?
Okay, well, I put Andy C's poem up, and he wants you to read it. So, if you wouldn't
All
mind, go
right,
ahead
good
and do that,
choice.
please, Pam.
Are you reading, Gray? Because I can't hear you.
No, no, he asked you to read it, if that's okay.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, go for it.
No, you read it, Pam.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Gray. I am so sorry, Andy. I thought you said, Gray, that he asked you to read it. So I'm like, yeah, go for it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Now that I'm on the right train tracks, this is Home Fatale by Andy C. And it goes like this. Between your tapered fingers let me start over. Between your tapered fingers slipped a nicotine phantom that climbed up your skin with its teeth. You stood there under a yellow lamppost as though you owned it, that hummed electric, noisy, buzzing, loud enough to make the sky forget it was a handful of stars, onyx black, a shield to hide your shimmering bones, that danced under the hearts of ghosts, that bloomed and blossomed under the apoplectic light. I took your hand away around the corner to a fifth-rate motel that smelled of booze, and last week your sanguine lips climbed over my shoulders. I was just a wallet, but in my arms your laws dissolved down your face onto the dusty floor, which had not been touched as long as you, with your bee-sting kisses, tingling, descending pinpricks like Morse code, dotted and dashed in salt and sweat, revealing all your secrets to me in a sentence that could span the decades of your short little life. Your hard heart fluttered, a monarch trapped in amber yet melted. You believe that nothing could glow if you're not there to see it, that nothing whispers if you're not there to hear it. But here I am, deep in the trenches of a cold October night, speaking to you in a language not meant for you but for me, as your legs right themselves into climax. A body split open, spills out, glints of amethyst like a breath, a warning. This is only the beginning of more to come. End poem. Oh, what a beautiful take on the chosen prompt. And Andy puts in his AN. This is my first poem in perhaps a bit over a half year. I'm not entirely sure. I wanted to write something for once. Well, I say good for you, Andy. I am so pleased and honored that the artwork in this contest inspired you to start spilling your ink again. Gray, your thoughts on Andy's poem?
Yeah, I thought it was rich in imagery and emotions. There's such a passion that's quietly burning in the belly of this right, and that leaches out into the lighting the darkness. You can see in the dark with the light that's provided by this right. Your hard heart fluttered, a monarch trapped in amber. You melted. You believed that nothing could glow if you were not there to see it. That nothing whispers if you're not there to hear it. And but here I am, deep in the trenches of a cold October night, speaking to you in a language not meant for you but for me, as your legs write themselves into climax. Um, yeah, beautiful, right? Great read too, Pam.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I thought this was just an amazing write by Andy C. Um, just a beautiful flow of imagery and metaphors. I like the separation of the stanzas, great use of spacing to give it a almost vignette type feel. I think this is a wonderful take on the chosen prompt. I like how the second stanza where it starts out, you stood there under a yellow lamppost as though you owned it. In fact, most of the poem to me has a very noir feel to it. Um, the I like the title. I'm guessing because I know a femme fatale is a woman killer, but I'm thinking like or a woman who is dangerous. But I'm thinking because if I remember right, hom or hame or how I'm sorry, I'm bad at the pronunciation is means man, and so I wonder if the title, and I'm sure Andy can tell us, means like man killer. Like a woman who is dangerous to men. Um, either way, it's a great choice. Love the imagery in this. Love, as I said, the noir vibe. It's a nice length. I like how this speaks to me on the idea of being attracted to someone physically and emotionally who doesn't who has their own rules, their own laws, and it's all about what's best for them. This is like being in love and desiring somebody who just wants to be the center of attention. You know, really captivating lines throughout. And I really like where it says, with your bee sting kisses tingling, descending, pinpricks like Morse code dotted and dashed in salt and sweat, revealing all your secrets to me. And then also where it says, but here I am deep in the trenches of a cold October night, speaking to you in a language not meant for you, but for me, as your legs write themselves into climax. Wonderful lines by Andy, and very well done. And let's see if Andy had anything to say about his poem. Ah, a male seductress. That would make sense, since the femme fatale is a dangerous female seductress. Yes, that would totally, of course, make sense. Thank you, Andy. It's nice to have that extra information for sure. All right. And what will we be delving into next there, Gray? Are you on mute, Gray?
Well, oops,
oh, there you are.
hold on. Yeah, I'm here. So up next we have Charles Gradant bringing us Salt Spurned Sweet. I'll give this a read. Last night the moon pulled at me, a hush hush gravity drawing you inward against my skin. The tide rose wave after wave, climbing higher, crashing, until you broke like surf against me, again and again. Your touch was an undertow, dragging me past safety. I surrendered to its pull, weightless, suspended between danger and delight. Salt burned sweet upon my lips. Desire was endless, restless, unable to still. I became its vessel. You craved me. You filled me when I poured you and foam.
Great read there, Gray. Oh my goodness gracious. I tell you, this contest did not get a huge response. Like, there was only 15 entries in the contest, but there's just some top notch quality sensual rights in here. This is a beautiful right um, by Charles Gradante. He was inspired by, that was a very popular one, that woman looking like she's kissing a ghost or a memory. That was a very popular one. And I like how Charles has balanced the salt and the saltiness and the sweetness. The idea, because you do see that in the picture, because it is sweet in a way, but because it looks like she's truly by herself and just remembering someone, it there's a bitterness, like you can imagine the salt being a representation of the tears, and the sweetness being the representation of the beautiful time that they spent together. I think this is a wonderful first person narrative. The use of the lowercase I, besides reminding me of E. E. Cummins, makes me think of, like, whenever I see someone use a lowercase I when doing a first person narrative, it feels like they're trying to make not that voice the most important one. Like, yes, that's the person speaking, but they don't see themselves as important as the person they're thinking about. Um, and I thought this had just amazing imagery and metaphors and great lines throughout. But I especially like the tide rose wave after wave, climbing higher, crashing until you broke like surf against me again and again. Your touch was undertow, dragging me past safety. I surrendered to its pull. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done. Anne Gray, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful, right? I'm a big believer of water. All life evolves from water, and so water holds a special place in my heart. So I like it used as a metaphor for what's happening in the scene. Um, like you quoted, your touch was an undertow, dragging me past safety. I surrendered to its pull. Um, yeah, I grew up near Lake Erie, and there was a severe undertow there, and I got caught in it a few times, and it was always scary, but there's something so pleasant about just letting go and letting it take you, metaphorically. It's just a rich tapestry of emotions and imagery, so beautifully done.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree. And yes, there is something beautiful about the movement of water that does work particularly well in a sensual rite. Um, Oh my goodness. Speaking of water, and like so my kids took me out to eat on Mother's Day, and I know, not sensual, but it was such a nice drive. Like, we actually drove like over an hour away to where they wanted to take me, and there was kind of more like out in the woods, more than like more north than I am. And oh my goodness, I'm one of those people that every time I see an animal, and we saw deers, we of course saw cows, we saw wild turkeys, swans, geese. I mean, all kinds of animals just coming out of the woodworks. And I just had every single time I was pointing out the window shouting, cow, deer, swans. Oh my goodness. And we drove by these beautiful rivers and lakes. It was just so nice, Gray. I know that had nothing to do with the poem, but your comment on water made me think of that, and I just had to share. And all right. So what are we gonna head to next, Gray?
Yeah, yeah, it's all good. Glad you had a nice Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so up next we have Parisian Nights by Noel Nightshade. If you would mind, please, Sam.
I would be happy to do that. Let me just get to where I need to be. And do 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 do. All right. We have Parisian Nights by Noel Nightshade. Puffing smoke, her lips part, heart shapes escape from her mouth. Her dress clings, loosely worn, shoulders nourished in scented oils, neroli, lilac, and notes of forget-me-not meld with tobacco and leather. He warms her with his jacket, runs his fingers through her dark hair, grabs a hibiscus and slides it through, fastening with shining jewels sparkling from within, head to toe. Her eyes meet his with a glow. No longer alone in reflections, she exasperates, exhales, directionlessly drifting, drinking absinthe cocktails at the outdoor cafe. Across from them, a bakery, baguettes and croissants, locked behind glass, reflection hurry past, swept in a flavor of ginger, orange peel, mint, and lavender, his mouth numb, kissing jade Nouvelle Orleans. unfastening her green belt tight at her waist. In hallucinations, he unbuckles the ornate chains, fennel and anise expelled from his tongue, returning to her lips an intoxicating rush, cheeks warmed red, his hands brush across, pointed nipples piercing through silk. He watches fairies glitter in her emerald eyes. The musicians play a lively tune, and he holds her hand, extinguishing the cigarette, twirls her around until they are out of breath. End poem. Oh my goodness, that is such a beautiful sensual rite by Noel Nightshade. And your thoughts, Gray?
Sorry, that mute button can be hard to find sometimes.
Oh, I
Anyway,
get
yeah,
that.
I like this. It's so apt in its description. It's captures her beauty. Her presence. But I really like the notes of "Forget Me Not" meld with tobacco and leather. Um, he warms her with his jacket, runs his fingers through her dark hair, grabs a hibiscus and slides it through, fastening with shining jewels sparkling from within head to toe. Her eyes meet his with a glow. When a connection is found, that's beauty in itself. There's so much mystery and intrigue and excitement. Sharing a look that connects with both viewers. Um, but I really enjoyed the coming together of the two. No longer alone in reflection, she exasperates, exhales directionlessly, drifting, drinking absinthe cocktails at the outdoor cafe across from the bakery. Baguettes and croissants, locked behind glass. Reflection hurried past, swept in a flavor of ginger, orange peel, mint, lavender, his mouth numb, kissing, Jade Nouvelle, Orleans. Yeah, it's such a descriptive and engaging right throughout. So beautifully done.
Oh, it truly is. I have to say, and great comment there, Gray. Um, I have to say that um, this, to me, Noel's right is first of all such a treat for the senses. She brings in the sense of touch and taste, and the smell. Like I find myself just feeling so captivated, so drawn in, like my mouth watering, like the mention of like the bakery, the baguettes and the croissants, that has my mouth watering. I love making tea, especially tea with anise seed pods, anise, cinnamon sticks, cloves, orange peel, like anything that makes that kind of warm spicy tea. And I also really like hibiscus tea, especially as an iced tea. So this just really, and I don't, it's deliciously sensual. I also have to give her kudos because I feel like she's really paid attention to the artwork, and to the time period it was written in, because I feel like she has attention to details, like the mention of the drinking of the absinthe, which really just fit in really well with the atmosphere created within the artwork. Um, and I think there's just wonderful lines throughout. But I did especially like the first 2 stanzas. Just absolutely a treat for the senses and very well done by Noel Nightshade. And let me check something here. Aha. All right. Well, I see Lou is trying to figure this out. So, Lou, if at any point you would like to come on stage, just let me know and I'll bring you on so you can try and join us. But Gray, I know you're going to put up the next one for you to read. And I was wondering if, oh, wait, were you going to put up SoundCloud up next? Well, what do we got next, Gray?
Yes. Yeah, it was a SoundCloud for Weaver of Dreams.
Oh, okay, that's fine. You know what? We'll put
So up
this
next
one
we
up.
have As One with the Night by Weaver of Dreams.
All right. Very cool. Yes, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm going to go ahead and post it where it needs in the studio chat. And okay, so Gray, when this SoundCloud ends, I want you to go into commenting and I'll comment second because I need to step away for just a little bit.
If I don't open my eyes, I can still be as one with the night. Remember you loving me, hard and quick, soft and gentle. As you kissed and stroked my body, my skin became fever hot. Passion soared, I quivered, the intensity almost felt like pain. Amidst the stars a sensual ballet was danced between us. We became lost in the rapture of passion's erotic moves. Held tight to the night as we allowed our inhibitions to go, surrendered to the intoxicating perfume made by pheromones. Our desire ignited, giving and taking pleasure equally. Your knowing touch, feather light, ignited shards of desire. My hands and mouth brought you to the brink, then slowed. All becomes memory now, as I open my eyes, and you're gone.
Are you on mute, Gray? Or did you just finish commenting?
Its intended effect of hypnotizing and seducing. Um, like, I mean, I think it's butterflies and moths can smell fair. Oh, man. No, I just made a whole comment on mute. Oh, my goodness. Idiot. Anyway, she did a beautiful read of this, Weaver. But, there's something so dreamy about this. It comes across to me as a dream lover. So when you close your eyes, you can see your lover. You can smell your lover, and in that is pheromones that get you high, really. Because I mean, I was saying that there's some moths and some butterflies that can smell pheromones from potential mates miles away, and how they can, how moth flies, I don't know how it can ever make its way to the source of that pheromone, but somehow they do. And so I've always been a big fan of pheromones, as humans and animals and insects, we have them and we release them when we have a desire, a passion to connect. And so I thought it was beautiful, really. I really enjoyed that penultimate stanza. My hands and mouth brought you to the brink, then slowed. All becomes memory now as I open my eyes and you are gone. Um, that's the dream lover thing, you got your eyes closed, you have all this passionate love, and then open your eyes and poof, they're gone. Um, but I thought it was beautiful, right? And a beautiful read as well. But dream lovers incarnate for sure. What did you think, Pam?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is um, just beautiful by Weaver of Dreams. She had such a lovely reading voice. She really captures the sense of, like dark eroticism, but doesn't cross a line. You know what I mean? Like there's this kind of gentle darkness to this right that I think fits beautifully with um, the image. I like how it speaks with a sense of longing, a sense of loss, and yet at the same time you truly feel the erotic sensuality, the desire within her lines. um, and I thought there were great lines throughout, but I especially like held tight to the night as we allowed our inhibitions to go, surrendered to the intoxicating perfume made by pheromones. Our desire ignited giving and taking pleasure equally. Your knowing touch, feather light, ignited shards of desire. Wonderful lines, beautifully written and beautifully read by Weaver of Dreams. And what do we got next, Gray? Am I having trouble hearing you again, or are you on mute?
So up next we have "She Came to Me in My Dreams" by Daniel Duhane, and I will give this a read. She came to me in my dreams like an unattainable.
Oh, I see we've lost Gray. So let's just give him a second to see if he realizes he's dropped and comes back. So sorry about this, Daniel. I don't know. Well, I don't see Gray. Um, all right. Well, you know what? I am going to go ahead and I will read Daniel's poem and we'll figure it out from there. So, all right. Oh, there he is. All right. Gonna bring him back on and all right. Welcome back, Ray. Um,
Uh,
if you want, just go ahead and start Daniel's poem at the beginning.
Alrighty. Uno momento, por favor. All right, here we go. She came to me in my dreams. She came to me in my dreams like an unattainable wrath. wraith that if you tried to hold her, your hand would pass through her. Yet she floated around the sky inside my vision, as if she were a blanket in the wind. If she was only a dream, I'd be lost in her spell, but she manifested into a real woman, more beautiful than any I have seen. Could it be witchcraft that kept me spellbound? The universe movements through time are just reflected images, which are the ghosts of Mistress Fate's hands. She came to life one day as I walked alone, as if I conjured her from my dreams and made her real. The sun glistened off her hair as if it were on fire. When our eyes met, she was all I saw, a tangible being, alive with a heartbeat. Cupid had done me a favor by blowing a kiss of love towards her. Whatever magic had made her real, I thanked with an open heart, because in all my daydreams I could not fathom her being alive. From that moment our eyes met as two glistening mirrors. We molded together to form one heart. She stole my heart and made it sing a melody of love's blessings. End poem.
Great read there, Gray. What band is that sings the song "Witchy Woman"? Um, I think they're playing multiple ones.
So,
Is it the Eagles?
yeah.
Or
I,
oh, okay, okay, yeah. This song makes me think of that. It makes me think of like one of those songs like "Witchy Woman" or like those kind of like it almost has a borderline like it's definitely dark seduction. It would be a great sensual right to bring out right around on Halloween time. I like the use of mysticism in this, the use of magic and the mystery and the idea of bringing to life someone or something that is the fulfillment of our sensual desires. The idea that she came to life made me think of the mythology story of Pygmalion, who was a story of a carver, a person who made statues that begged the goddess Aphrodite to bring this one statue to life because he had fallen in love with it. Um, that's what that made me think of it. And it really makes me think of the idea of if it was possible to bring to life someone, whether it was a piece of art or a statue or whatever it was that you could bring forth to fulfill those desires, how tempting would it be? Um, and I thought there was great lines throughout. It's definitely a creative right. I really particularly like she came to life one day as I walked alone, as if I conjured her from my dreams and made her real. The sun glistened off her hair as if it were on fire. When our eyes met, she was all I saw, a tangible being alive with a heartbeat. Cupid had done me a favor by blowing a kiss of love towards her. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done. And yeah, just an amazing write by Daniel Duhame. Great take on the chosen artwork. And Gray, you did a wonderful read of that. Your thoughts?
yeah, this is another dream lover piece. You know, when we can manifest our dreams into reality, what better could that be? You you bring this person into your imagination through dreams, and yet there they are in the flesh. And what could be more exciting than that? So I thought it was beautiful, right? Really, on a dream lover situation.
Can anyone hear Gray right now? Because I cannot, and I apologize if I'm interrupting
Hello?
you, Gray. And you're talking, and I'm just talking over you, but
Fuck.
I can't hear you. Oh, there you are. Okay, okay. So,
Andy and T can hear me, so I'm not too sure what's going on.
okay, you know what? I'm betting I'm having some problems. So, you know what I'm going to do, Gray, and I do apologize for causing any trouble. I'm going to head out and come back in.
All right. I'll just do a song and dance. Nobody can see me dance, thank God, but I can sing a little ditty. Not really, but I don't see Pam. She's not disappearing from the studio, so hopefully this will help with resetting her ability to hear me since I am the co-host. Anyway, I'd like to shout out to T Monzano, Andy C, Louis Wild Dove for joining us tonight. I appreciate you all. So does Pam Ray. And yeah, hopefully she'll be back in 1 second. All right, I think I'll just go ahead and give this a read here. This is called Ghost of You by A.L. Phelps. The Ghost of You. The room is empty, save for a chair and the ghost of you. I still feel you there, your cologne clinging to the curtains, an openly specter in the shadow I lean into, my throat bared to heaven, waiting for a shadow kiss on porcelain skin that leaves me dizzy with wanting. Phantom hands map the curves only you know the shape of, the whisper of fingertips dragging lace down damp skin leaves me trembling like candlelight. Knees weak with
You
yearning,
singing Bad
this
Company.
moonlit fever dream reaches a pitch. The room breathes out. And surrender is held somewhere between a breath and a prayer. I miss you. What was that about Bad Company, Ray?
Oh, thank you. Good to be back. Yeah, so I'm guessing that you commented on Daniel's right.
Yes, I did.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I thought I was gonna come back in and hear you singing like Bad Company or something like that. So, but thank you, and right.
I read
Oh
A.L.
my goodness.
Phelps' poem.
What did you do?
I read A.L. Phelps' poem, but you can go ahead and reread it.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. I would like very much
T.
to
Manzano's
comment on.
having problems. T. Manzano's having issues as well.
Yeah. So I don't know, little bit of audio issues here. I do apologize to everybody. Just a little bit, nothing that we can't handle. So But I think me going in and out should help with that. And if not, then we'll send you in and out again, out and in again there, Gray. Um, but I have no doubt that you did a great read of A.L. Phelps' poem. And I love how atmospheric this piece is. I was actually able to read this earlier today. She is another one that I believe wrote to the ghost image. I might have to actually use more of his artwork for another show besides the Art of Seduction. Oh yes, and that image called the that I was calling the ghost image is actually called the Vision. So that's the actual title of it. Um, I really enjoy and appreciate the atmosphere that A.L. Phelps has created within this poem. Amazing imagery and metaphors, thoughtful lines throughout. This is beautifully romantic, which balances well with the sense of loss, the sense of yearning felt within this poem. Um, I especially liked, and this had beautiful lines throughout, but I especially liked my throat bared to heaven, waiting for a shadow kiss on porcelain skin that leaves me dizzy with wanting. Phantom hands map the curves only you know the shape of, the whisper of fingertips dragging lace down damp skin leaves me trembling like candlelight, knees weak with yearning. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done. And what do we have next, Gray?
I am not sure yet. We have to go to list here. All right. So I'm going to grab some from the open poetry section. And this is called Miraculous. Sorry. The Art of Being Wanted by Miraculous the Mode. And I'll post that to the group. Okay, there you go, Pam. Whenever you're ready.
All right, all right. And just so you know, this actually is one of the contest entries. It's just the three bottom contest entries. I had to put outside of the where the other ones are because I couldn't open up that comment. It was uh, glitching at the time on all poetry. But all right, let me. All right, and that was the art of being wanted. Okay. All right, getting back to where I need to be. The Art of Being Wanted by Miraculous the Model. You looked at me like you already knew what my body would sound like pressed against your silence. And God, that kind of attention is dangerous. Not because you touched me, because you didn't. Because tension has always been more seductive than permission. The way your eyes stayed on me felt almost physical, like your hands had already memorized places they never reached. I hated how calm you looked while my entire body was fighting to stay composed. People think seduction begins with touch. No, sometimes it begins in the pause between two people, in the way somebody watches you, in the unbearable tension of almost. And that was the problem with you. You carried restraint like it was foreplay, Every silence between us felt intimate. Every glance felt intentional. Every second near you felt like like standing too close to a fire while pretending not to feel the heat. End poem. Ah, what a beautiful sensual right here. And your thoughts, Gray?
Yeah, you did a beautiful read of that poem, Tammy. Um, but you know, I too love that the art of connecting. You know, there's something so much said between a glance, between the brush of flesh, um, that you can feel the intimacy, you can feel the connection, the bond before it ever takes place, and you know. I don't know. There's just something about the mystery that lies within that connection that you long to find the answers to, and so I thought it was beautiful. Really, the whole thing is just beautiful. You did a beautiful job of reading it too, Pam.
Thank you very much, Gray. And yeah, I have to agree that the idea of that connection that's building up. What I really like, first of all, her play on words with the title. You know, like because this show is the art of seduction, and so she is. This is the art of being wanted. I really like the way she creates an atmosphere of sensual tension without any physical touch whatsoever. It's just that space between two people that creates that kind of buildup of pressure and tension as you feel yourself becoming more and more physically attracted to each other. The idea of, somebody eyeing your body up and down and licking their lips and staring at you, like you're just this like piece of meat. It definitely delves to me into the eroticism of the foreplay of, as she says, you carried restraint like it was foreplay. The foreplay of restraint, I think, is just a wonderful idea. And I thought this had beautiful lines throughout. But I did especially like where it says, the way your eyes stayed on me felt almost physical, like your hands had already memorized places they never reached. I hated how calm you looked while my entire body was fighting to stay composed. People think seduction begins with touch. No, sometimes it begins in the pause between two people. Wonderful lines and beautifully written by Miraculous, the model. Very well done. All right, Gray, back to you. Ah, okay. All right, I see. I was sitting here quietly because I didn't want to interrupt Gray talking, and I thought it was maybe just me who couldn't hear him. But all right. Well, let's see here. I'm sure he'll be back very shortly. Um, all right. There he is. Gonna bring him back on. Oh, he is back on. All right.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, okay, because it's not showing you as here. I must have changed the layout or something. Let me take care
So,
of that.
so Mystic J
Okay.
brings us the Iris Awakening. All right. So should I give this a read, Pam? Hello, Pam Ray. Pamela, Lama, 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 Lama. You're not in the studio. No, I think Pam must have gotten dropped. All right. So Mystic J brings us the Iris Awakening. There is a secret language spoken between the iris and the skin. I wrap myself in the hue of a dawning sky, a soft pink sanctuary that shields my peace from the frantic noise of the streets. Seduction in its truest form is the scent of a soul that has finally come home to itself. I touch the petals and feel the echo of my own blooming, a slow, deliberate unfolding that refuses to be rushed by the clock. The gold upon my arms is not just jewelry, it is the armor of a woman who has walked through fire and emerged shimmering. I close my eyes and breathe in the fragrance of my own sovereignty. I am not a flower to be plucked, but a garden to be honored. My heart is a seasoned vessel, holding the salt of experience and the sweetness of grace in this quiet garden. The only rule is the rhythm of my own heartbeat. End poem. Are you back yet, Pam Ray?
I am,
You're
yes. I
muted, Pam.
decided, yes. I decided to leave and come back on purpose rather than just saying I can't hear you, Gray, because I figured that might fix the problem easier.
Pam Ray,
So,
Pam Ray, Pam Ray.
can you
Oh,
hear
okay.
me?
Yeah.
Gray, can you hear
Okay,
me?
so I read the, yep, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can I can, yes, but you can't hear me.
Um,
Can you
I can hear you, Gray, just
okay.
fine.
So I read the poem that's on the board, The Iris Awakening.
Yes. And
Unless you
I
want to
did
give it a
hear
read too, Pam.
you. Well, I can comment
Okay.
on it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I did hear part of your read, Gray. It was wonderful. I think this is a beautiful write by Mystic J, and I just love that as an all poetry name. How
Okay, sure.
beautiful. The the Iris Awakening. Wonderful lines, great imagery. I like that she writes this in the voice of a woman who knows her sensual power, knows her feminine power. Um, I think there's great imagery throughout that connects really well with the artwork. Um, I particularly like where it says, "The gold upon my arms is not just jewelry, it is the armor of a woman who has walked through the fire and emerged shimmering. I close my eyes and breathe in the fragrance of my own sovereignty. I am not a flower to be plucked, but a garden to be honored." Oh, amen to that. I mean, that is just so beautifully said in the way that all people, all women, but all people should see the divinity and the beauty and the grace within themselves, worthy of being honored. So wonderful write by Mystic J, and very well done. And your thoughts, Gray?
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful, right? I like the juxtaposition of the woman being a flower. Um, it's such a deeply metaphoric, right? And I like the strength and the conviction in this, right? Of I'm not just a flower to be plucked, I'm a garden to be honored. It's a beautiful thing. Um, my heart is a seasonal vessel holding the salt of experience and the sweetness of grace in this quiet garden. The only rule is the rhythm of my own heartbeat. It's fantastic, right? Very, very uplifting and spiritual.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have to agree. And I would like to
And Robbie says
welcome,
he's trying to get in.
yes, he actually is here with us now. So, welcome, Robbie. Glad you could join us.
Hello, I'm today with the
There he is. Hello, Robbie.
today with the technical troubles. I'm even more afraid and ginger with moving my microphone because of its tendency to lose connection. I'm just like,
Well,
uh,
what do we got? What do we got next, Gray?
So up next we have Poeta de Cabra. He brings us Be Amazing. If you wouldn't mind reading, please, Robbie.
okay, darling, I got your letter. Said you'll soon be returning. I've missed you so much. For you, my heart's yearning. Can hardly
Hello,
wait.
Robbie.
Yes, I'm here. Do you hear me?
I can hear you, Robbie. So just
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's on Gray's end. Darling, I got your letter. Said you'll soon be returning. I've missed you so much. For you,
Sorry, I think there's a
my heart's
delay.
been yearning. Can hardly wait to kiss
I
and hug
can,
you
yes.
so tight. Get you into bed. Make sweet love all night. Every night as I sleep of you, I am dreaming. When you get home with pleasure, I'll be screaming. Standing here in the lounge near an ornate chair, daydreaming of night things and picturing you there. Imagining you holding me tight in your strong arms, whispering and telling me of your many charms, lifting me off my feet, obviously ready for a play. Throw me onto the bed, rip off my sexy negligee, peel off your own clothes. You're a big, sexy brute. Man, don't you turn me on in your birthday suit. Long trip might make you tired and full of tension. With my tongue and fingers, I'll soon have you at attention. Then, beg you I will, please do not hesitate. This longing, wanton woman will not want to wait. So, hurry home, dear. Sick of this sexual starvation. Need you and your manhood to end this frustration. Certainly, go crazy. if you are not home soon. Keep dreaming night things in middle of the afternoon. Making love to you, babe, is right now what I'm craving. Our bodies will be entangled, and the sex will be amazing. End poem. It had a very satisfying ending to recite there.
Yes, yes, it did. Yes, it did. Great read there, Robbie. A wonderful, wonderful sensual write by Poeta de Cabra. I'm glad he shared this with us. Again, somebody who was drawn to that particular image. I love the rhyme and flow of this. I like the way Poeta oftentimes writes in a woman's voice, puts himself in that place. So beautifully done, great rhyme and flow. I really enjoy how open he is with the sexiness of his rights and the kind of desire that becomes an ache to just desperately want someone. And I really like lifting me off my feet, obviously ready for a play, throw me onto the bed, rip off my sexy negligee, peel off your own clothes. You're a big, sexy brute. Man, don't you turn me on? There in your birthday suit. Wonderful lines and very well done by Poeta da Cabra. And Gray, did you get a chance to hear that poem or to read it?
I did, Camry, and you know, yes, I did. I heard it. But it's I don't know. There's just the ability for him to switch the gender roles in his poetry is phenomenal. To put himself into the place of the woman is truly admirable, really. Um, and to have it come out successfully and palpable and engaging. The whole raid is so seductive, so hot that you can feel the passion between the two. So my hat's off to you, Capoeira de Cabra, on this fantastic raid.
Oh, absolutely. Great comment there, Gray. Um, and Robbie, you did a great read of that. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I noticed the switch up too, and it can be fun and interesting to do that, and it can be a challenge, a unique challenge and interesting because to try to get into the mind of the other gender and to do it in a way that's not stereotyped or like a stereotype of what one gender thinks the other gender is. And well, like I said, I like the ending. Making love to you, babe, is right now what I'm craving. Our bodies will be entangled, and the sex will be amazing. It's like that's like that unapologetic. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. It's it's kind of a cute line, and almost in a like, I don't know if cute is the right word, but I just think of like when it's reckless abandonment. And I just think of when you see like say a dating thing and that, and it's like, oh, the sex will be amazing. So that's always fun. And yeah, they kept the tension all throughout. And I really like that they like the tension right to the end of it's tension, but at the same time it's putting it out there. So that I thought that was intriguing that the poem had that duality.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have to agree. Wonderful comment there, Robbie. All right. And back to you, Gray. All right. I feel like I've given you enough time, Gray, if you have delay. Oh, you dropped. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, here I was trying to patiently wait for the delay, and it turns out he had actually dropped. So here we go.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello. Welcome back, Gray.
Hi.
All right.
Thank you so much.
And
So
what do we got
I've
next?
added Gilded by Fill My Eyes. I will give this a read. Morning rays drift through curtains, like thoughts of you, once drifted through my mind. Slipping slowly from beneath the sheets, my feet shift softly to the floor. As I rise, a glimmer catches my eye from across the room. Sunlight dances along the mirror, gifted to me so long ago. I realize then that the beauty of both mirror and memory remain forever gilded. End poem.
Uh, there, Gray. And what a wonderful write by Fill My Eyes. I'm glad she shared this one with us. Not the same artist, but it is from a past show where we featured some Art Nouveau artwork, which is the same style as the artwork tonight. And Robbie, your thoughts on Phil's right?
Well, this is right up my alley because of Art Nouveau, and I've actually come across the uh, the term gilded a couple of times, and I just find something fascinating about gilded work. Just the idea of edging things with gold, and this feels like a gilded work, so to speak. Like it's like beauty edged with more beauty, if that makes sense. As I rise, a glimmer catches my eyes from across the room. Sunlight dances across along the mirror, gifted to me so long ago. And yeah, it feels like that accent, that extra accent of beauty on top of something that's already beautiful. And and then when it says, I realized then that the beauty of both mirror and memory remain forever gilded. And so I like that all-encompassing view there, or almost like a duality where, like the mirror and the memory, they're both. It's like part of the same thing, right? The memory is held in the mirror, and the mirror has like the extra beauty to it because it's gilded. I think that's a very beautiful way to like wrap the end of the poem up, to have that kind of all-encompassing beauty of memory.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Great comment, Robbie. And Gray, your thoughts?
Oh, shit. 1 second here. All right, let me take myself off of mute. And yeah, I love this right, really. I love gilding, it just adds such a transformative accent to art, something that's already beautiful. Um, but as I rise, a glimmer catches my eye from across the room. Sunlight dances along the mirror, gifted to me so long ago. I realized then that the beauty of both mirror and memory remain forever gilded. Just a beautiful, right?
It truly is. It truly is. Yeah, Jean had recommended this one to me as for potentially using on the show, and I went and looked at it today, and I was like, this is it fits so well, not only because it was written to the Art Nouveau, and that the artist we have in the contest does Art Nouveau, but it also fit really well, like the whole general um, feel, the energy of Jean's right fit really well with that very popular image, the vision. Um, this is a gentle romanticism to it, a wonderful imagery, I like how it speaks on the beauty of memory, of time spent together. And I think there's wonderful lines throughout, but I especially like, as I rise, a glimmer catches my eye from across the room. Sunlight dances along the mirror gifted to me so long ago. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done. And back to you, Gray.
Okay, Pam, I have your poem up. Um, yeah, you go ahead and read that, please, Pam?
I would be happy to. All right. I just need to get back to where I need to be and do 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 do. She is a sensual goddess. Oh, this is it's called Love and Revelations Discovered Together. And it goes like this. She is a sensual goddess of the shoreline, bold and confident, both elegant and empowered. She reaches upward, knowing she can and will touch the sky. Sunrise lips parting to taste the whispers of clouds. She rises above the town where so many admired her physical beauty. She does not want their fragile admiration. She wants a love that is strong, bold, divine, and everlasting. She wants someone who hungers to taste her and aches to touch her. She wants someone who desires the same as she does, the need for their spirits to touch and communicate together, the release of breath taken to drown in each other's cosmic energy and share moments of binding. She embraces all that she desires from her partner, and in return, she gives completely of herself. Shared ecstasy, dancing in musical waves of love and revelations discovered together. End poem. Anne Gray, your thoughts?
Yeah, I loved it, Pam. There's something so beautiful about it that the art of connecting is powerful and palpable throughout the right. Um, I really like the way you ended it with she embraces all that she desires from her partner. In return, she gives completely of herself. Shared ecstasy, dancing in the musical waves of love and revelations discovered together. Just a beautiful right and read, Pam.
Well, thank you very much, Gray. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Robbie, your thoughts?
Oh, this is definitely up my alley because it's Art Nouveau, and it's I've become fascinated. Like I've been studying feminism more, and I've become fascinated with the idea of a goddess that is looking for an equal. And the thing is, the goddess is still a goddess of grace. Like when she finds her equal, it's not like she's going to level the world with him. She's going to give all of herself to him because he is her equal, and she'll do it in a beautiful and graceful manner. And so I like that sort of it's almost like a dichotomy where like she's a goddess, she's a powerful being, but when when she finds that equal, she's going to share that power, and it's going to be like an equal give and take. And for her, it's like a liberation because I think she doesn't come across too many mortals or men or whatever that are her equal. And so there's like a release for her in that when she does that, or when she finds that, because then she can just be herself completely. And I really find that to be quite a powerful feeling, and it's something that I've studied deeper and deeper as I do more feminist studies and like female archetypes, whether they're the dark kind or the more light kind in that. So, yeah, definitely I enjoyed the poem for the fact that it spoke to me on that level, and that it's kind of inspiring me to get back to my books for the goddesses and the dark archetypes that I've gotten recently.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Thank you. Wonderful comments. And back to you, Gray.
There we go. So I have Captain Kerr in the studio. If you wouldn't mind reading that, or sorry, playing that sound cloud, please.
I would be happy to. Just give me a couple shakes of a lamb's tail, and I will be right there.
It's dead.
All right, so we have Montmartre is Where I Met My Love by Captain Kerr, and he was, of course, nice enough to supply us with a sound cloud.
Gowned in pleated silk and striped light, against the limestone she wanders, intruding soft as the mist on the Seine, in an alluring dalliance with the dark, escorted by the arm of midnight interludes, a carnation pin to the Rue de l'Abreuvoir. Oh, Montmartre is where I met my love, by Café des Deux Moulins, among 1,000 galleries of art, with the chaotic charm her swan tips swim, submerging into the waters of my heart. Emerald sashes and beaded chains unfold, reflecting the glow of gaslit cobblestones. Tonight we meet amidst a riot of color, sophisticated shadows nodding as they pass, beneath the white ghost of the Sacré-Cœur, where a taste of rain and heart-shaped tobacco. Her velvet haze thrilling, her velvet haze spilling over the pavés, whispering in shadows of mauve and stone. Écoute-moi, take me home. Oh, Montmartre is where I met my love, by Café des Deux Moulins, among 1,000 galleries of art, with chaotic charm her swan tips swim, submerging into the waters of my heart. I have rounded this corner many times, garnished by the light sweet smell of her perfume, hangs like moaning mist in a hidden court, a savoir-faire that prospers in the dark, trailing ribbons of heart, smoke toward the stars. Her smile a groundswell of innuendo appears set back, intimately arrayed, whispering in shadows of mauve and stone. Écoute-moi, take me home. Above the quiet rooftops of Paris, as boisterous as that intrusive moon. Montmartre is where I met my love. Montmartre is where I met my love.
Wonderful, right here by Captain Kerr, and a great choice of music to go with the right. Thank you so much for the SoundCloud, and also because I think I forgot to say it earlier, thank you so much to Weaver of Dreams for her SoundCloud. And just a reminder, everyone, if you're unable to call in, the next best thing is to make a recording of your poem, because then we get to hear your poetry in your voice or how you would like it to be presented. And Gray, your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. Really, the whole write was great, and as well as the song. Um, it's there's just something about it that grabs you and pulls you in, and you want to know everything about it because like it's so intoxicating and so I don't know, just a brilliant light that comes off of it. So beautifully done, Captain Kerr. Very imaginative and inspirational.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have to agree. Great comment, Gray. And Robbie, your thoughts.
Oh, well, as I said in the chat, it caught the era of the painting, and I just felt it had that general feeling of like yeah, Art Nouveau and just that kind of laissez-faire attitude, and just like a pleasantly casual life. And I just imagine a couple meeting on the French Riviera, without a care in the world, and getting together for a date, and kind of like being in an outdoor cafe. With this poem, when I make comments on it, I feel more like it strikes me more in the general mood that it presents, and like the general scene, as opposed to anything specific in the poem. Just because it is very much a poem that's encompassing of a mood to me. So yeah, that to me it has that whole sort of that whole sort of mood, and the music itself too caught the mood as well. So the whole thing worked together really well as a picture, a poem, and the music that was presented with it. So, and I like when all those components come together to give one distinct feeling like that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Great comment there, Robbie. Yeah, I really like how, with his word choice, his lyrics, and the music, he has created an atmosphere that works really well with the artwork, with this, especially with this particular painting. Wonderful imagery and metaphors, great use of touches of French, which works really well, a very atmospheric piece. Great lines throughout, but I especially like where it says, I have rounded this corner many times, garnished by the light, sweet smell of her perfume. It hangs like morning mist in a hidden court, a savoir faire that prospers in the dark, trailing ribbons of heart smoke toward the stars. Wonderful lines and beautifully written by Captain Kerr. Very well done. Okay, now great. Remember, when you sing happy birthday to Lou, because it's the art of seduction, you have to go, happy birthday, Mrs. President. Happy birthday to you. Got it?
Gray is Marilyn Monroe. This should.
But in all
Well, you
honesty, I
just did it
can't.
for me, so thank you.
Well, there you go. But it would be so much better coming from you. I know Lou can't call in, but if you want to sing a little bit of hum some bars or sing happy
Uh,
birthday for Lou, go right ahead. Either that, or I guess you can bring us to the next
Happy
right.
birthday to you.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lou. Okay, sure. I'll skip the song. All right. So up next we
That is
have Velvet Constant of Distilled Midnight by Ghost Orchid. If you wouldn't mind reading, please, Robbie, that would be wonderful.
Oh, all right. Okay. Let's just get my mic back up here. Okay. Oh, too many tabs. Okay. Oh, I gotta get back to. Sorry, I was all wrapped up in your singing there. Velvet Constant of Distilled Midnight. Porcelain waning crescent of spine acts as a non-Euclidean radius, calculating equations as seduction seeps through midnight accordioned linen, echoes passing through Earth's corset of mist. Gossamer figure hangs inverted, ghost touch inhibiting papyrus skin, tracing curves through a mist of bitter oud and onyx spoiled wool, mirroring a vanished era fractured by the tectonic ache. Abrasive river stone grit and a quilted shadow rise from wind scoured sierra to coat the smoothness of the limb. A tincture of velveteer takes root in the form's gaps, a heavily weighted pause anchoring the descent. Gold copper coils vibrate with electric pastel collisions. Satin's curved, abrupt, skeletal unweaving, bones, sinew pillar supports glossy skies of technicolor memory, fragments and arrows of coyote calls breaking the tranquil. Deep earthen vacuums pull at the center, drawing in elixirs of arsenic green, gamboge, and madder. Hollow hides eclipse a lipstick breast, a scarlet pout of mulberry seeds pressed into milled velvets of bruised orchid. Paradigm Paradigm drinks her in like a sip of tequila aged in charred oak, as sundered aesthetic tension through the atmosphere. A soft sandalwood resin settles over dreamscape layers where sienna density meets deviation curves, igniting burlap against Morse code jacquard. Rhythmic weights define the fall through emerald depths where iron veins measure a rotating mass. Chalk metallic dust and nostalgic sepia shifts mingle with gravitational spheres. redolent saffron, pulses aortic, nebula starlight moon dances reflect through bruised amethyst glass, swirling in a Bordeaux brandy wine haze. Soft hued light reveals a synthetic sunset, where whimsical teal shadows forge in a furnace of goldenrod smelt. Nature holds its breath as a frankincense infusion speaks. Sharp ink drop blanks anchor the form against clinical whites and vintage washes of Tyrian purple and Payne's gray. Primary pops of punchy reds interrupt kitsch lavender with day glow logic breaks. Nectar flows along violet obelisk paths, outlining the captive light's architrave. Skin language speaks in magnetic loops, pulls of poppies and silver roots, while hemp tightens against the velvet throat. Calculated curves becoming monuments draped in heavy texture. Mute graphic, bolds settle where trillium aortas pulse, lost in an infinite decant of bergamot. Reflection, breathless and suspended, with pigtails in her hair, whirlpooling, a reverberation stretches. Mirrored, cast aside the fractured silt. Hidden cracks, surface. Horizon, above, slumbering. End poem.
Great read there, Robbie. And what a beautiful sensual write by Ghost Orchid. This is filled with just absolutely amazing imagery and metaphors. Gray, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful, right? Really, I mean, his words are like a paintbrush, and he paints this majestic, beautiful picture of a gossamer figure hangs inverted, ghost touch inhibiting the fire skin, tracing curves through a mist of bitter oud and onyx, boiled wood, mirroring a varnished era fractured by a tectonic ache. Abrasive river stone grit and quilted shadow rise from a wind-scoured sierra to coat the smoothness of the limb. A tincture of vetiver takes root and forms gaps, heavy weighted paws anchoring the descent. I mean, the whole use of language is just incredible in this right. So beautiful right and excellent read, Robbie.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree. Wonderful comment there, Gray. This has such beautiful lines throughout, wonderful imagery and metaphors. It's so captivating in the way it catches a sense of rhythm between two lovers with the use of like different textures and different colors. And I thought there was great lines throughout, but I especially like redolent saffron pulses, aortic nebula, starlight moon dances reflect through bruised amethyst glass swirling in a Bordeaux brandy wine haze. Soft hued light reveals a synthetic sunset where whimsical teal shadow forge in a furnace of goldenrod smelt. And I mean that whole stanza, but all the way through there's some wonderful lines and very well done. Um, and Robbie, your thoughts?
Well, this had so much. Ooh, sounds going a little. This had so much imagery in it, just like that was so lush, and it's one of those things where it's just smooth. Smooth, I guess, is the best word I can come up with. It's just very elemental in terms of like there's some metals, gold, copper, and then they have gossamer and everything. It's just so visceral that way. And it's just it's very focused like that, like primary pops of punchy reds, uh, mute graphic bolds, and the way it describes all these colors and all these elements in that it's not conventional, but it's not overdone at the same time, and so it really pulls you along because of that. And yeah, you just feel like you're lost in this wonderful kaleidoscope. And I see that it's a prompt to abstract surrealism. And there's just something beautiful about abstract surrealism. It's almost like it takes the world and sees the most beautiful part of it, or it like turns the lens around until you see the world in a beautiful sort of view.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Great comment, Robbie. Now, I realize it is 11 o'clock, Greg, but because we only have one left and because StreamYard doesn't just like kick us to the curb immediately, I would like to have that one last poem put up and read and commented on.
Alrighty. So uh, Maestro brings us feelings. Maestro 6, and I'll give this a read. Feelings. Splayed across the spread, she lay as seductive as if she were trying to entice. But this is how she relaxes, hair cascading loosely around her shoulders, drawn in by the sight of her aura, pulled by the arousal of her being. Intoxicating wild thoughts enter thy mind, dismissed quickly, for she not need to see the lust lingering on my face, mentally wanting, wishing to lay next her. She peers at me through slitted eyes that seems to seduce me, although I'm a distance away. Lured in by sensuous stare, taken aback by the sheen of red and blonde hair, the flash of colored eyes placed a spell over me. We lay sprawled in each other's arms, hypnotized and caught in the web of her seduction. There is no room for feelings. End poem.
Great read there, Gray. And oh my goodness, what a wonderful sensual write by Maestro 6. I have to say, I'm certain I've seen his name before. I feel like he's fairly new to late night poets, and I haven't had him enter too many of my contests. So I'm really glad to see that he was inspired, and I look forward to reading more of him. And Robbie, your thoughts?
A very unapologetic poem. It really presents her luxury, like she just knows what it is that she wants and just slides right into it. And well, I like here at the end we lay sprawl. It's the end of the night, sprawled in each other's arms, hypnotized and caught in the web for her seduction. There is no room for feelings, and that really is like owning the moment, right? Like, this is what we want. This is the terms on what we want it on, and that's it. No apologies for that. And I like dismissed quickly, for she not need to see the lust lingering on my face, mentally wanting, wishing to lay next. And then yeah, it's just again, there's that unapologetic feeling of this is what she wants and this is how she's gonna get it, and just like her attention on what she wants is so razor sharp.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That ending definitely makes it a very unapologetic poem, which is a part of its appeal. So great comment, Robbie. And Gray, your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent write. You know, he really sets the scene, pulls in the atmosphere, and then he falls under her spell. They lay sprawled in each other's arms, hypnotized and caught in the web of her seduction. There is no room for feelings. You know, when you have business, you got business, and there's no room for feelings in business. So I thought it was a beautiful write.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree. I have to agree. Wonderful comment. Yeah, this is an amazing sensual write on lust and seduction, the way somebody can be so hypnotizing and so erotic simply by the way they pose their body, by the way their eyes meet yours. And I thought there was great lines throughout, but I especially like the flash of colored eyes placed a spell over me. We lay sprawled in each other's arms, hypnotized and caught in the web of her seduction. There is no room for feelings. Wonderful lines and very well done. And this has been a great show tonight. We made it over all the little bumps, Gray. We always make a good team. So thank you as always for being an amazing co-host. Thank you, Robbie, for calling in. Thank you to Fill My Eyes for all she does. Thank you to Lou You Wild Dove. And thank you and happy birthday, Lou. Thank you to Jojo T. Mon oh my goodness, I'm blanking out here. T Manzaro. Um, and who else did we have? Manzano, T. Manzano, Weaver of Dreams, Jojo, Luyu, and everybody, Andy C. and everybody else who hung out on the board. Thank you to everyone who wrote for the show, is listening now, or will be listening later. We truly appreciate you all. There is no after midnight show tonight, but tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern US time, you can join myself and Intimitus Rex for Break On Through. And then Friday night will be open poetry with Fill My Eyes and Intimitus Rex. Um, Also, make sure to keep an eye out on the contests and the topic boards put up by late night poets, host and hostesses, because you're sure to find something to inspire. And have a wonderful night, everyone, and have a wonderful night, Gray and Robbie.
Good night. Happy birthday to you.